So I don't know about you guys, but when I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll just check my phone and see what's going on. And I was just scrolling on Twitter, you know, first thing that pops up out of nowhere, I just see a headline. And thing about this, I had a conversation literally a few hours before I went to bed with someone. I was saying I didn't like Ariel because of like all the wormy stuff he does, like accusing Jamal Hill of being a domestic abuser when he's not. And then literally I go and scroll Twitter, and the first thing that pops up is ex-UFC champion Jamal Hill arrested for domestic violence. And, literally alarm bells go off. I'm like, oh, fuck, are you kidding me? I literally just defended him, like, passionately in a conversation. Like, he's not a domestic abuser, all this stuff. And so I go and click on the headline. Obviously, I see all these people calling, oh, they're like, oh, I knew Jamal Hill was like this, and, oh, he's a piece of trash, and all this stuff. People are already shitting on him. And the thing that really, really does piss me off about this, like it actually really, really grinds my gears. The thing is, he had a fight with his fucking brother. They put this headline out. They make people think that Jamal Hill is a woman beater. That he goes and fucking abuses women and all this stuff. He got arrested for getting into a fight with his fucking brother. That is a normal thing, getting into a fight with a brother. Maybe not having the cops called or anything like that, but fighting with your brother, that's like, come on, everybody fights with their fucking brother. If you have a brother, you fight with the fucking guy. Like, obviously, I'm not defending him. He is a trained fighter. I don't think he should be fighting with his brother. In the context that he is a trained fighter. So let's read the article. Former UFC light heavyweight champion Jamal Hill was arrested in Jesus Christ, in Michigan for domestic violence earlier this week. TMZ Sports has learned, according to records, the fighter was booked at the Kent County Jail on Monday at around 1 a.m. and released later that evening at 7:35 p.m. That same day, prosecutors formally charged the 32-year-old with one count of misdemeanor aggravated domestic violence, assaulted. In court documents, we abstained. Officials allege Hill assaulted James Anthony Hill Jr., inflicting serious or aggravated injury upon him. It's unclear if the two referred domestic and the president. So yeah, this is his brother. Obviously, they updated this and said it was his brother. Was not made available as joint court for a hearing. So TMZ, you fucking idiots, you absolutely owe Jamal Hill an apology because now every fucking man and his dog who just reads clickbait headlines on Twitter now assume Jamal Hill is fucking Chris Benoit or some shit. People are insinuating that he's a fucking absolute piece of shit and that he's like Greg Hardy and Chris Benoit fucking morphed into one man. Like he didn't lay his fingers, he didn't lay a single finger on a woman. It was his brother. He fucking I don't know what the fights with his brother looks like, but I imagine it doesn't go very well for his brother. Just a hint. He was the UFC champion. But hey, one thing I'll say about this, which not a great situation by any means, have the cops called, which more than likely his brother probably called the cops after getting fucking the hands given to him from Jamal Hill, which I don't know why you would call the cops on your own brother, even if you're in a physical altercation. It's just not something you do. You don't go and call the cops on family like that, unless somebody's really in danger. I don't think Jamal Hill was going to kill you, but again, I don't know the whole situation, so I don't know. That's just maybe my bias for a UFC fighter, but I guess if his brother was really fearful for his life, I guess it does make sense why he would call for the cops. But still, I just wanted to say, like, it's still obviously not a good situation by any means. But the one positive I can make from this is I guess Jamal Hill is sort of in fighting shape. That he's he can give his brother the hand. So maybe we're gonna see him back really soon. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to turn a real big negative into a positive here, but like fucking it. It means he can fight. He's putting hands on his brother, so obviously his injuries are healing up well. He's been able to move properly. He's been able to throw hands, but still, I'm not going to turn this into a positive. It's a really fucked up situation. I just think people are only now realizing that domestic violence doesn't just immediately equal violence against women. I feel like people just don't know that, and because that's the common narrative whenever they see domestic violence, they immediately go, "Oh, Jamal Hill, that evil woman beating piece of shit." Like I bet Ariel Hawani when he seen the headline, he's like, "Oh, they all said I couldn't do it." Fucking hell! What the heck, you guys? What the heck? He's seen the headline. He's like, they all doubted me. They all said I couldn't do it. Ariel Hawani's fucking playing with his fucking little circumcised doodle. He's about to edge to it. He's edging to it. He's like, oh, Jamal Hill arrested for domestic violence. They all doubted me. I said it. I called this. I called this from the beginning. He's a woman beating anti-Semite. I'm sure that would be something Ariel Hawani would say. Knowing what Ariel Hawani's like, he's fucking edging to it. Like he literally sees the headline, he's fucking stroking his fucking doodle. He's like, oh my god. He's freaking out over it. He's getting so happy, and then he reads the headline. He actually opens the article. He's like, what the heck? Like, jeez Louise, I edged for nothing. Like he'll read that headline. He'll fucking, he beat his brother? What the heck? He'll be fucking losing his shit. He'll be pissed off about it. Like, really? Like, I made my boyfriend come over for nothing. Like that'll be Ariel Hawani's fucking reaction. He was having a celebration. He pops out the wine. He brings out his wife's favorite boyfriend, and then it's just all for nothing. It turns out Jamal here wasn't a woman beater. He just got into a physical altercation with his brother. But I'm sure Ariel Hawani will have something to say about this. You know what the fucking little weasel's like. He'll come out and play the fucking domestic hotline or some shit. If everyone's in a situation like this with sad music playing, and then he probably won't even mention the fact that it was Jamal Hill's brother. Or he'll mention it, but he'll skim over it and say, "Well, if he could do that to his brother, he could definitely do that to a woman." I can picture Ariel Hawani doing something like this. Uh, but yeah, TMZ, fucking trash. I mean, we all know TMZ is trash. I mean, they specialize in disgusting clickbait, but they really do owe Jamal Hill an apology here because they've added a lot of hate on Jamal Hill that isn't necessary. Like, okay, he got into a fight with his brother. It's not good. Like, obviously, I'm not defending that he got into a fucking punch up with his brother, but getting into punch ups with your like brother, cousin, well, maybe not full on punch ups, but having fights with them is pretty fucking normal. Maybe I just come from a fucked up family, but I don't know. It seems like a somewhat normal thing. Obviously, I'm not saying that every family just has a fucking full on punch up. I'm just talking about like play fighting, and then obviously sometimes it gets a little overhand. I don't know the whole situation. I don't know why Jamal Hill is getting into a punch up with his brother, but I'm just saying like it's not that crazy that he's fighting with. But obviously, I'm not justifying it. It's not a good look, but I don't know. Obviously I'm not there. I don't know the exact situation, but I'm sure people are gonna make of this like he's fucking Aaron Hernandez or fucking like I said before. They're gonna act like he's Chris Benoit or something. But obviously the man just got into a fight with his brother. Who knows what it's over? Like really, who knows? Jamal Hill, he's allowed his own privacy here. Obviously, TMZ's now completely ruined his reputation, so he's probably gonna have to come out and speak about this. So you got to feel bad for him. Like obviously, this is probably a really bad moment, getting into a fight with his brother, getting arrested over it. I'm sure he didn't want to speak about it, but the thing is, when you're a UFC fighter, you are a public figure, uh, for better or for worse. Obviously, I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not happy for Jamal Hill. I'm not encouraging that, it's a good thing, but I'm just saying he is a public figure, so he has to deal with this sort of shit. I think he should be justified to have his own privacy, but obviously, like I say, he's a former UFC champion, so he's not going to get the benefit of that, unfortunately for him. But TMC definitely owe him an apology. They've ruined the man's reputation, but yeah, that's all I've got to say about this. I hope, I really do fucking hope that you were able to understand this. I've literally just woken up. I'm gonna go fucking back to bed after I upload this video, but I just thought I'd talk about this. You know, uh, Benny P MMA will try and stay on top of the news at this channel here, so make sure you give this video a like. Let me know your thoughts on this situation. Let me know uh, how many times you think Errol Hawani has fucking frothed of the mouth reading that headline before actually reading the article. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe, put on the notifications, share this video, and yeah, just give me your thoughts on the overall situation as well. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.